It's that time of week again where we answer questions from the community. Every week you guys submit questions to us about Battleborn. We try to answer as many of them as we can. Remember, you can do that on Twitter using the hashtag BADASSQuestions. You can also do it by leaving a comment in the video below. The Fun Fighter asks, will there be an offline mode of any sort? Would be a nice to have for the traveling badasses. Fun Fighter, Battleborn does not have an offline mode. It does require an internet connection, but for a very good reason. We've told you in the past that there's story missions that you can play, as well as the competitive multiplayer aspect of the game that you can play, and you're earning experience points all the time, not just for the characters that you're playing as, but for your player profile, which is called your command rank. So for that reason, the command rank requires us to have an internet connection so that everything you do can transfer back and forth between both sides of the game. But not only that, maintaining the integrity of your data is a really important thing for Gearbox. So they wanted to make sure that all of your data was stored so that if you ever had a hardware malfunction or you bought a new console, that you could pick up where you left off. And that's an important part of Battleborn. All right, we have a couple questions about loot, and the first one here comes from Rainbow Rhapsody on Twitter. He or she asks, is loot instanced, or am I going to have to fight my friends for the sickest of loot? Rainbow Rhapsody, you can pick up loot packs within the game, obviously, as you've seen, and those loot packs apply to your whole team. So if you pick one up, your whole team gets those loot packs. So you don't have to fight your team over the loot packs specifically, and then after the match is over or the mission is over, you open up those loot packs and you get gear. The gear within those loot packs are instant, so you're going to totally get random gear every time. So even though you may have the same loot pack as your buddy that you picked up in the match or the mission, you're going to get randomized gear. Javian88 on YouTube asks, does the reward loot system get affected by the difficulty of the round? For example, is there a higher rare loot pack chance in hardcore hard mode compared to playing on normal mode, for example? So yes, the answer is yes. The harder of the difficulty that you play on, the better chance you're going to get of more rare loot. We reward you for playing on harder difficulty, so good incentive to go play on hardcore hard mode. Great questions this week, everybody. Those of you that had your questions answered, you just won yourself a pack of these sweet Battleborn collectible cards. Remember, you can always ask your questions using the hashtag BADASSQuestions on Twitter or leaving a comment in the video below.